Hi everyone, I am so excited to share with you the spork theory. Now some of you might be wondering what that's all about. I hope y'all know what a spork is. I created this theory after I learned about the spoon theory. I was fortunate enough to have my sister-in-law share this story about this woman who had created the spoon theory, who would be, her name was Christine Miserandino. Probably not saying it right. But she created the spoon theory quite a while ago, and it gained a lot of traction because it allowed a lot of people with lupus and autoimmune disorders to explain to their families their energy levels, that they only had so many spoons they could use in their day. So they had to be very careful with their spoons and what activities they could do for the day, especially even just getting ready for the day. So it was a really cool way for those with autoimmune disorders and lupus and anything that goes in that category of having energy to be able to have a way to communicate that to their loved ones and other people so that they could understand where they're coming from. So I immediately loved it. I thought it was great. But for someone like me who was more dealing with anxiety and depression, I wanted something that related more to what I was going through. So I thought on it a lot because I really liked what the spoon theory did for people. So as I thought about it, I wanted to stick with utensils. So that's when the spork theory was born. So the spork theory is basically that every day we wake up and we have utensils, just like when you go to a dinner, and we've got a fork and a spoon and a butter knife. But on the really great days when we're all there, we even have a steak knife. You know, they bring you that steak knife as well for when you've got like a steak and you got to cut into that meat, and you really need those utensils to work it. And so those are our tools that we have each day. So a normal person usually has most of those utensils, can go about their day just fine. And I use the term normal loosely, but somebody who's not struggling with anything at the moment, with anything like anxious thoughts or depressed feelings or, just any other emotions coming into there. And every day is like a meal that comes into us. So we've got our utensils, we've got us that can tackle that meal and get it eaten, right? So especially if we've got a steak knife, any type of meat that's coming in, especially a steak, we can tackle that. So some of our hardest days are those steak days. And when we've got all our utensils, we're ready to go, we feel prepared, we can tackle that day. Well, if you've got anxiety, depression, any sort of bipolar, mental things, you could probably lump in some other things. But if you've got any of that, you might wake up one morning and realize you're without your steak knife. You feel a little off, you're having some emotions going on, but you've still got a fork and a spoon and a knife, and you can still do your day. Now, if it's a spaghetti day or a mashed potatoes day or whatever meal is thrown at you, you can handle it with those utensils usually. If you get a big tough steak or, you have to tackle that, it might be a little bit harder that day because you don't have that steak knife. That's so much easier to cut through. But you manage and you get by and you're good. So then let's say you wake up another day or have a moment in your day, it doesn't have to be when you wake up, where you realize that your butter knife is gone. So we've got no steak knife, no butter knife, we've got a fork and a spoon. And we're thinking, okay, this is what I've got to tackle today. This is how I'm feeling. And I know I don't have a steak knife or a butter knife. I know, there's just some things I cannot do. So, so we do the best we can. And if it is a steak day or something really hard, we still manage, we still get through. We might have to juggle things around or turn things away, not do those things that day, but we still manage. We're still there. We're still us getting through. But you can see where this is going. It's getting a little harder for us. So we have another day where we realize that we've only got a spoon. Our fork is gone, so we can't really stab into anything to hold it. And we have no knives. We just have a spoon. So in those days, we can tend to feel like we're struggling a lot more, right? We have more of the anxious feelings. We don't know if we can handle going to work. We don't know, if we can handle social interactions or, different scenarios that might be thrown at us, and somebody brings us a steak day and we're going, I have a spoon. I have a spoon. I'm a little worried. I'm not okay. This is not working. And we're struggling. We're struggling. We aren't our strong self with the steak knife and the butter knife and the fork and the spoon. And we know it. And we can feel it. And it's frustrating. But that's where we're at. It's our spoon day, right? So we go along and we have another day or another moment that we don't even have our spoon. We realize all that we've been given is a plastic spork. Now guys, I hope all of you know what a spork is, but it's plastic. You usually get it at fast food places. It's like a spoon, and then it has a little edge like the spork. Oh, like Toy Story. So Sporky, Toy Story 4. So just like that spork, that's all we have to tackle our day. And I know some of you have felt those days where you just get up or you have things to deal with, and you know that you that's confident and strong and can handle everything and show up like that just is not there. You're missing those pieces. You're missing those utensils. And you know it. And you can feel it. And you've got a spork, and somebody puts that steak day in front of you, and you're thinking, you've got to be kidding. I can't. Like, you just want to break. You just want to crawl in a hole and die. You just want to be done because the feelings are so strong and overwhelming, and you don't have the utensils to deal with it. Now, what happens if we try and go do a steak day with our spork? You know, when you've done even any kind of plastic utensil, but you take that spork and you try and, tackle that steak somehow to be able to eat it, what's going to happen to our spork? It's going to break. And I have had spork days and I have had broken spork days. And those are the hard days. The other ones are hard. But spork is, I am down, I am out, I am done. These feelings are overwhelming. I am not okay. This is not okay. I don't know how I'm going to get through. I'm losing hope. I'm struggling. I'm not okay. And when that spork snaps, how do you explain that to people? That's what's really hard dealing with all of these types of things, is it's not something people can see. So creating the Spork Theory is a way to help you to manage this with your family members and with people that you love. Because how much easier and fun, even though it's not a fun moment, is to say, I'm having a spork day. And that's all you have to say. And somebody who gets it, who already knows about the Spork Theory, goes, okay, I gotcha. Let's rearrange this. What can I help you with? And they're already there. And it just takes all of that out of it. I mean, you can explain more if you want, but you can say spork day. And the really cool thing is you could wake up and be like, oh my gosh, today I got a spoon and a fork. And it really helps you to gauge where you're at. I got a spoon and a fork. I'm missing my knives, but okay, I'm gonna do this. And I know that it's that day, so I'm gonna manage my day better. Or, I'm gonna feed my kids cereal for dinner. Or, if you're having a spork day, you might be skipping a business meeting, right? And that's okay. We're managing based on our days, based on our moments, whether we've got a spork, whether our spork is broken, or whether we've got everything and even our steak knife. And I want you to celebrate any day that you've got all those utensils. I will tell you, on the days I have that, I have this little fear in the back of my mind. I know it's going to come back. I know I'm going to lose utensils and I'm not going to have a day that feels this great. But let the worry go away and enjoy those moments, because you'll have them more often than not the more you work on this and the more you get better at it. So that is the Spork Theory, my friends. And I'm so excited to share it with you. Please share it so that others can know how to help you, or share it with somebody you know that's struggling, to give them a tool to use. And it may not work for everybody. You can use a numbering system or whatever you want. Today's a 10, today's a 5, today's a 2. Go for that too. Whatever works for you. I love the thought of naming my day. I had a mashed potatoes day. I had a steak day. I had a biscuits and gravy day, whatever. A chicken day. Chicken's a little hard to eat. You can do it with your fingers though. Anyway, I'm so excited to share this with you. Please spread the word. I want to help as many as I can if this is a tool and a resource that they can use. So I'd love to hear in the comments at seekchoosebe.com for this post on the Spork Theory. Let me know if you've used it. Let me know your thoughts on it. Let me know what meals your days are, or how often you have Spork days. And be on the lookout, because I'm going to share with you more tips and tools for Spork days and what to do for them. There's so much we can do and tap into to help us on those days even. So don't give up hope, and stick around, and we'll do this together. Have a good one, guys.